Welcome to the world today. Your source for breaking news, current events, technology to business and global affairs. We cover it all. Stay informed about the latest developments shaping our world.
Today, we're discussing a significant security breach involving the Trump administration's use of the Signal app for sensitive military communications. Let's dive into the details. In recent weeks, it was revealed that senior Trump officials used the Signal app to discuss military operations in Yemen. The app, known for its encryption, was chosen for its privacy features. However, in a surprising turn of events, a journalist from The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg, was inadvertently added to the chat, exposing sensitive information about upcoming strikes.
The main reason I thought that actually was that it seemed completely absurd to me that the national security leadership of the United States would be meeting on a messaging app to discuss forthcoming military action, and that they would also sort of invite the editor of The Atlantic magazine to that conversation. So I tracked this for a while, obviously, to see what was going on and see who was trying to entrap me or trick me. There's a long conversation on Friday, the day before, about whether they should or shouldn't take this action in Yemen. It's a robust conversation. It's actually pretty impressive in some ways. They're going back and forth. A lot of resentment directed at European allies of the United States, which obviously enhanced the credibility of this chain, because everybody in the chain sounded like the people I know who are in this administration. Nevertheless, it wasn't until Saturday that I was reasonably certain that this wasn't a hoax, that I had actually mistakenly been included in a conversation of the Principals Committee, essentially the leaders of the national security community, including the head of the CIA, in this discussion of whether the Houthis should be attacked in Yemen.
The leak included details about targets, weaponry, and the sequence of attacks. This has raised concerns about the security protocols in place for such sensitive communications. The National Security Council confirmed the authenticity of the messages, stating they are investigating how the journalist was added to the group.
Director Gabbard, were you overseas during any parts of these discussions?
Yes, Senator, I was.
Were you using your private phone or a public phone for the Signal discussions?
I won't speak to this because it's under review by the National Security Council. Once that review is complete, I'm sure we'll share the results with the committee.
What is under review? It's a very simple question. Are you your private phone or an officially issued phone? What could be under review?
National Security Council is reviewing all aspects of how this came to be, how the journalist was inadvertently added to the group chat, and what occurred within that chat across the board.
In this setting.
But as you've indicated previously, perhaps the Secretary of Defense was discussing classified information, and only he can be held accountable in terms of whether it was classified or declassified at the point when he spoke. Is that accurate?
Well, I didn't say it that way. I said the Secretary of Defense is the original classification authority, and my understanding is that his comments are that any information that he shared was not classified.
But you have no way to verify that?
I don't.
Again, this is a very troubling example and a great lapse in our intelligence and our discussion. One further point, if you are not aware of any classified information on the discussions back and forth, would it be appropriate for the author to release the entire text of what he heard or transcribed?
I think the author has released, my understanding, essentially almost all of the information as it's been related to me. I don't know what calculation the author made with regard to what information would be released or not.
Well,
I can again confirm that with respect to the communications that were related as to me, there was no classified information.
While Signal is considered secure due to its end-to-end encryption, experts argue it's not suitable for classified information.
It is inconceivable that they weren't briefed on taking office, that you only use government systems to transmit classified information. That's why we've spent untold amounts of money over the years to build these systems, which is why for the average sergeant in the American military who deals with classified information would no more think of using a signal group chat than he'd think of throwing himself off the roof of a building.
The app's use by government officials on personal devices raises cybersecurity risk. The incident highlights the need for more robust security measures in government communications, especially when discussing military operations. The leak has sparked outrage and disbelief among lawmakers and former officials.
Let me go on. Director Gabbard, you are the security executive and set access guidelines for classified information. Did you contact the Defense Secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a SCIF?
There was no classified material that was shared in that.
So then if there was no classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security.
President Trump defended his national security advisor, Michael Waltz, while the White House downplayed the severity of the leak.
I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time.
The incident underscores the challenges of balancing security with the convenience of modern communication tools. The leak of war plans via Signal highlights the vulnerabilities in current communication practices within the government. It emphasizes the need for stricter protocols to protect sensitive information. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts on this topic, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.